every promise don't work out that way. No, 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 no.
What's good, Mind Speakers? So today we're talking about Cardi B's new single called Be Careful, which is the first single off of her new album coming out like April 6th called Invasion of Privacy. Now, before we even get started, if you're looking for blind hate of this single, turn it off. I'm here just to talk about how I feel about it. I'm not here to just throw unnecessary shade. Talking shit about Cardi B's single is not gonna bring Nicki Minaj back, and also, when I looked on Twitter and I saw the amount of people that were immediately hating on it, calling it trash, it reminded me of what people do to Nicki Minaj, and I just do not want to join those people, because if they did it to Nicki then and they do it to Cardi now, guess what they're gonna do to Nicki when she come back? So I'm good on that, but let's talk. How do I feel about Be Careful? Okay, like, so you know when you get a deadline for a paper, but you don't write it to the night before, and then like you get it back and you get a C+, but you know if you would have wrote that paper 3 days ago, that you would have had time to make changes, and that you probably could have got like a B+ or an A or some shit? That's how I feel about Be Careful. It's not that the song is bad, it's that the song is unfinished. Anybody with common sense knows that Cardi B is pregnant, right? Cool, we've even seen the pictures from her on that video set a couple days ago. She's pregnant, but because of that, Atlantic has decided to scramble, like in that episode of SpongeBob where all the little SpongeBobs were in his brain running around because they threw out his name in the file cabinets and shit.
What's his name? What's his name? I got nothing on a name. Come on, baby, what's the name? We threw out his name!
That's what they're doing. They're running around like, oh my god, throw out the music! Because if you follow Cardi B, she has been in the studio every single night watching the sun come up. Like, and she's pregnant, and that makes me feel bad because I do not think a pregnant woman should have to do this. Like, she deserves to kick her feet up and just date her baby in peace, but business is business. So they are working her to the bone. But because of that, Be Careful just sounds unfinished. And here's what I mean. She could have used some extra time for a couple of rewrites. A couple of the bars just didn't fit in. You know what I mean? She could have used a couple more takes on some of them. Somebody should have been into culture and be like, no, don't say it like that, say it like this. There are just a couple of lines that just didn't sound right. Her cadence just isn't right. But the beat selection was fire. The beat's great. I love the beat. If she had more time and she did not sing that hook, the song would be a great song. It would. So let's go through the people who I would have probably put on the song. Lauren Haregi on that song. That makes the song a crossover. That's a problem. Of course, everyone's now saying, oh, what if she put SZA on the song? Yeah, of course, that's obvious. Who would I have put on that song? Kalani. If Kalani was on that song would be a smash. Kalani would have done wonders on that beat, also because she's saying care for me, which is Lauryn Hill from X Factor, and Kalani has that tone to carry it. Kalani would have bodied that. But Atlantic doesn't care about the quality of these records. They're just trying to get the return on their investment. So they're forcing her to put out now a song that's not finished. And if you don't think they're scrambling, why did they move on to the next single as of today, but now they're releasing the Barty and Cardi video on Love and Hip Hop next week? You're promoting two different things at the same time. They're scrambling. But my problem is, if I can hear that, and I'm just a human being, I have not worked in radio for years like some of these other niggas, and I listened earlier this morning to see like what people were gonna say about that. Peter Rosenberg is saying that this is a smash, that it's phenomenal. Charlamagne is known to get in there and pick up Nicki Minaj bars and tell DJ Envy to fart on those bars and everything else, but all he said was, oh, I think that if she would've got SZA on that, it would've been okay, but reviews are gonna be mixed. No. This shit is not finished. The song may have potential, but potential doesn't mean shit if it's not put into use. All I hear that's coming out of media niggas' mouths when they're talking about this song is couldas and shouldas and wouldas. But we don't live in coulda, shoulda, woulda. We live in what is. And the fact of the matter is that song did not maximize its potential. Therefore, it's a C. And a C is eh. It's not terrible, but it's eh. You can't grade this song on its potential. Have you ever gotten a test back and it said, oh, you failed, but I think that you have the potential to get an A, so I'm gonna give you an A? No, that's not the way it works. I'm sorry. It sounds like a LimeWire studio leak. And y'all are supposed to be the ones that keep it real. And that's my problem, is that y'all just aren't keeping it real with the fact that it's okay, but it's not stellar. And if okay is good for you, that's fine, but it is not a stellar record. It is not a groundbreaking record. If you're analyzing it from a hip hop or rap perspective, it's just not. Did it have the potential to be more? Of course, but guess what? They obviously wanted this single done in 12 hours. And guess what they got? A 12-hour effort. But here's why Cardi B is smart. Now, I don't know whether it's Cardi that chose this single, which I pretty much don't think so. I think Atlantic came in and listened to the album and, you know, chose the single. But because she's clearly talking about Offset and it goes along with the real life storyline of Cardi's life, because all of us know that Offset was and probably still is cheating on her, no shade. Because of that, people are gonna want to hear the song. The things she's saying are gonna resonate with women. It's gonna be all over the IG captions, you already know, because it's got that lemonade factor about it. This is literally Cardi's whole look. I will be surprised in the video if she's not walking around in a yellow dress and a baseball bat and swinging that shit. Like, it's literally Hold Up again. But guess what? It works. It works. For the storyline, it works because you want to listen to that song because you want to hear how Offset made her feel. If we're gonna analyze it from a lyrics perspective, it sounds like an angry note to Offset. If she had time for a rewrite, she could have added more bars, more metaphors in there so that way I could be like, wow, this is actually like kind of fire. This is just a bunch of shit she could have sent that nigga in a text. Probably did. But anyway, it's smart business. I get it. Sell the story, and they're selling the story. Granted, we know she's pregnant by him. She took him back. They're engaged. Like, there's really no smoke, even though that nigga loves to cheat. But she's speaking from a perspective that's gonna resonate with people, and because of that, it's not gonna be seen as automatic trash, but we're not gonna get ready to call this classic. I just hope the rest of her album doesn't sound this rushed, but from the look of it, it probably will. And I guess you guys are fine with that, because Atlantic is expecting y'all to be fine with work that is not at its full potential, because that beat is crazy, and it could be a #1 record if they would have just called Kalani. So I guess take from that what you will. Cardi, have fun just dating your baby. Don't sing any more hooks. What am I expecting from Invasion of Privacy? Not really much. I just kind of feel like the album is gonna be rushed, but I guess we'll see on April 6th or whatever. But on a petty note, don't y'all wish that the culture would have kept this same energy with Nicki songs like Here I Am or The Crying Game? Or that Mario verse? Nicki has tons of songs, but she's talked her shit on them and had bars, but I mean, whatever. Let me know how you feel about all this Cardi shit that's going on. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Deuce. I love Fear Factor. I do. And I was always grossed out because after their first challenge, then they'd have them go into like a den where everything looked like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre basement, and then they'd make them eat like mealworms or like dog testicles or like tiger dick.